Hi again, everyone.
Hey guys.
Today's video we want to do about something that's relevant and happening right now, and that is kind of talking about Hurricane Harvey, some of the devastation that's caused and how it's affecting freight. Jason wants to kind of talk about that.
Yeah.
Houston, I think, has really got the worst of it.
It really has.
First off, we want to say, you know, if you have family or you live there yourself, we hope everybody is safe, and our thoughts go out to you and your families. That's a scary thing. I've been through a couple hurricanes living in Texas, mostly when I was younger. So, but it's really, it's a scary thing, and Houston floods, and it's just, gosh, a lot of stuff's going on down there right now. So
yeah, I mean, I know the years I've lived in Texas, Houston always gets a lot of flooding, but then to have a hurricane hit right there, that just
crazy. That's
bad. So our hearts go out to you guys, anybody that's down there. What we want to talk about, I was skimming through Facebook the other day, and I seen an agent make an announcement. I guess there's agents or brokers out there underbidding like extremely low on loads going down to these areas, down to Houston. And
I think you posted that on our Facebook page.
I did. So I posted on the Facebook page.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it.
One of my main concerns was the safety of drivers that are going down there. That is my main concern. You know, we want to do what's right to help out the victims down there, but we got to keep our own safety in mind at the same time. Mm-hmm. And if you've never done any kind of disaster relief deliveries going to bad areas, you know, might not know what you're getting yourself into. I know back when Katrina hit, Port Arthur, you know, Beaumont, those areas got hit real bad too, and we were taking a lot of stuff down there, water, you know, tents, you know, all kinds of supplies and stuff. And one thing that drivers don't really think about when going down there is the time you're going to have to sit waiting to get unloaded. A lot of times you'll get sent back with what you were loaded with because either they don't have room for it or they don't need it anymore. While there's a lot of victims in the areas of those bad places, there's a lot of looting and crime that can be going on as well, you know, because authorities are busy trying to help people. And, you know, it seems the criminals decide that's their time to make a little coin and stuff. Knowing the right rate to go down to a place like that it's hard to decide. You don't want to ask for too much because, I mean, we're doing something to help the victims down there, you know, but at the same time, you have to do what's right for your business and what's safe. For instance, with Houston right now, there's a huge fuel shortage down there. Dallas is having a huge fuel shortage. We just heard about that today. You know, if you take a delivery down there, do you have enough fuel to get down there and back and even out of Texas? For our truck, our tanks, we could probably make it to Houston and back and get out. But for expediters, you know, in cargo vans that might be taking something down there, you know, you could end up getting stuck down there. You always want to make sure you have water. Get cases of water for yourself.
And food. I mean,
food.
Some kind of food. Speaking about having food, this is just something that we have on the truck all the time and we've had in our RV, but Walmart sells these in the camping section, and hopefully you can see that. There's dehydrated meals, and basically all you need is hot water to add to this, and it rehydrates it, and it's a meal. And
this is really lightweight. I mean,
yeah,
it weighs nothing. You know, you can keep these in a little cubby. Some of the things that you're going to have to be aware of is wait time down there. It's not like a regular delivery. You're not going to get down there and get unloaded right away. A lot of times they're going to have rows and lines of trucks waiting to get unloaded. So getting unloaded could take a day or two sometimes, depending on what you're bringing and where you're delivering it to. Another thing you want to factor is you're not going to get a load out of these areas. You're going to have to drive out of there empty. 99.99% of the time, you are going to go down, drop, and then head right back to where you picked up before, maybe to grab another, or, you know, just to get yourself out of there to another area where you can get a load. that expense right there alone will cut your rate in half.
Yeah, you got to consider that when you're thinking about the rates to go down there.
You really do. And I think a good medium would be to say double rate. You know, if you make, let's say you make $1.50 a mile most of the time when you're out here running, I would ask for $3 a mile.
And I don't think that's unreasonable.
I don't think that's unreasonable at all, because we're I mean, we would love to take a delivery down there. We would have no problem doing it, as long as, you know, it's not going to break our bank. I mean, unfortunately, we are not in a position to be charity delivering, and most owner operators aren't in the position to do that. You know, some are. If you are, and if you're able to help and take a lower rate, more
That's
power
awesome.
to you. Yeah, more power to you guys. You're awesome for, you know, at least dedicating your time for that. And, you know, but most drivers out here, we can't afford to go down there at regular rate and deadhead back, cutting our rate in half.
And then think about deadheading to where? I mean, where are you coming from to begin with? You know, it could be a couple hundred miles. It could be 1,000 miles. It costs money to do that.
Don't look at this time as an opportunity to cash in on people's misfortune and, you know, the high paying rates, but at the same time, you do got to make sure your expenses are covered. You got to make sure that you have enough food when you do go to places like this. You want to stock up water and food before you go to these places, because if you get stuck down there 2-3 days waiting to get unloaded, you know, I mean, that could be bad if you don't have food and stuff. And always be really cautious. If you take a delivery down there, be really cautious of strangers. You know, it's really bad that this day and age we have to say that, you know, because so many times somebody might really need help, but you know, you really have to be safe, because those thieves are out there just looking to cash in on times like this. We want you guys to be safe. If you take a load to Texas, period, right now, I mean, I know they're having a fuel shortage. They're talking about fuel shortages all across the South, I think, in some states. So.
Yeah, even if you're not doing deliveries into these areas that for FEMA or whatever, just coming to Texas, period, yeah, just keep that in mind. You know, make sure you're aware of that. Plan your route accordingly. You know, the load that we brought a load from California to Georgia, and we made sure that we did not go through Houston. Yeah. You know,
we could have took that route. Yeah. That would have been shorter miles, but we went the longer route. You know, when you're fueling up, you know, some of us may fuel up when we get down to a quarter or a half. Maybe start fueling up every truck stop you see. Once you hit in between half and 3/4, you know, keep the tanks topped off somewhat, to make sure you have enough fuel to get out of some of these areas that, you know, might not have fuel. Most importantly, be safe. Yeah. Really be safe if you're going down to a disaster area. I know when Katrina hit, the places we were delivering to, we would get to the outskirts of town. They would have military in Humvees escorting us to where these deliveries would go. So, you know, it's not your ordinary regular delivery that you're going to be doing sometimes, and sometimes it may be.
Water just dropped on me, sorry.
Did it really?
We've got our vent open. I think it is raining here, so a little drop of water just fell on me.
Sure it wasn't from there?
No.
So that's all we got. You know, we really wanted to make drivers who have never done those kind of deliveries aware. You know, be cautious of your surroundings. Make sure you have enough fuel to go into these places and to come out. Make sure you have food and water. Don't overprice it, but don't underprice yourself either, you know, because you're going to be deadheading out of there. You may be sitting down there a couple days. If you're able to take cheap loads down there, more power to you. I commend you, because we couldn't do it yet. You know, we're still trying to get our savings caught up from when we were off the 2 months. So don't let the carriers take advantage of you and send you down there at regular rate. Don't let them do it, because I guarantee you they're charging upwards of $3, $4, $5 a mile.
That's all we have for you today. Our hearts and thoughts go out to, again, anybody who has family that or friends affected by Hurricane Harvey.
All of the victims down there.
Yeah, all of the victims.
We hope you guys are able to recover from this quickly, get back to normal life.
Yeah. And if any of you have done any kind of disaster relief things with FEMA in the past for hurricanes, I mean, any kind of disaster stuff like this, leave some comments and share your experiences, because we'd love to hear that. And, I'm sure a lot of people would love any information that you can give to help them if they're thinking about going down there and helping as well. So,
absolutely.
So thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. And until our next video, peace, love, and expediting.